Hello, everyone. I'm so excited that we're back here after a small break, back in with Women in Wisdom in our podcast. And we are coaches from all over the world. We're also good friends. And today we wanted to jump in the topic of vitality, energy, um, well, uh, sun, vitamins, sleep, all the things that charge our battery that we need to be inspiring leaders, trailblazers, creatives. So I think it's an awesome topic. So, ladies, who would like to give some of your ideas about how are you charging your battery and what helps you to be vital and sparkly and have a nice smile on your face and have a good sleep and all these great things.
Let me share my ideas and my practice. Actually, um, I'm not. I wasn't born a very optimistic person, but it has changed. Really, I feel it, and it's probably visible on my face, like every of my emotions. But I found that what is working very, very, very well for me is number one, contact with nature. I was born in a very big city, and I was brought up in the very big city among the concrete blocks, which was not serving me very much. Maybe that's why I became a geographer. But now I live in the countryside and I'm all the time in green. And it's just delicious, and it charges me so much. And I took my opportunity this summer, and for the first time in my life, every single day, I wake up very early, before 6. Some of you already know that. And I get up and I go straight for a walk barefoot.
Mm.
I'm in contact with the earth. I also have the massage of my feet, which is some of you probably know a little bit about reflexology. I guess this is the word. So it affects all the body, and it relaxes me so much and gives me so much energy. And in the meantime, I'm doing my study. It's always an hour. I do my study. I'm listening to wise people and studying the topics that are important for me by now. And in the meantime, I do my morning practice, so my magic. So I manifest simply, and this is my time, and no one can bother me to do that. I do that every day, and it brings a lot of good energy for me, and I guess for everybody around. That's my hint.
Amazing.
Wow, that
Amazing.
sounds amazing. I love what you are telling, Camila. So, yeah, I want to jump in it, and because nature is a great thing. So there is this. I read about this book. Um, uh, Take a bath in the woods. So, and I love this also walking through the forest, and also even I love water. For me, the water flowing is so higher my energy. So I am live near the water. I am living in Berlin, and I created myself a flat nearby the Spree, and it's so lovely seeing coming out of the door and looking at the water. It's somehow like holiday, and I love it all the time. So when my mood is going down, so I get out of my floor, out of my home, and then looking at this water thing. And I think also this walking thing, it's so amazing, because when you get stuck in your head and sitting there and working all the time, even work with your head, or or thinking a lot of stuff and don't get further in your thoughts, then to get up and move your body around, even walk into the forest or walk by the sea, or even walk through the city when you are living in the city. It could be also nice, and maybe you are find places you never watched before, even parks or lovely things where you can really recharge your energies. And or maybe you are dancing to music. So I think the challenge is somehow to find out for yourself what are the things that recharge me. And there's coming about awareness again. I love this topic, to be conscious and to really watch yourself and your feelings and emotions while you are doing things, and really get notice and take notes what is giving your energy, and maybe also look what your energies gets down, so that you are knowing, okay, and even ask yourself through the day several times, how am I feeling right now? How high is my energy, and what could I do to refill or to take a rest? And yeah, that's the thing I do. Even when I get up, I really also meditate and make my studies, and I go for a walk in the evening. So I really look also for moving my body around when I'm sitting the whole day long. So I love this so much. And what Arta was saying about vitamins, it's very interesting because the dark time is coming right now, and I really can recommend the vitamin D, because there are several people. I know a wealth practitioner that is really recommend, because he's looking at the vitamin D thing in people, and he really noticed that it's really declined in the people all over the world, because he practices all over the world, and he looking at the people and really noticed that the vitamin D is really low, and you can take it, and it's very important. And if you can maybe check it out with your doctor, and he can looks at it, and then you really know how high is your level. And I really recommend it, because it's also putting up your energy and protect from issues. And yeah, that's what I'm doing in the dark time.
Arlette, you're muted.
I'm speaking to myself. I'm unmuted because it's lunchtime here, and it's a full house, and who knows who's going to come and say something. Michaela, you are talking about vitamin D. You're right, because, for example, I live in Cyprus, and it's sunny all around the year. Yet many people, big number of many people have vitamin D deficiency, even though we live, we are exposed to the sun all the time. And yes, here also they are recommending a lot, doctors, vitamin D, because of all the reasons that you said. I take vitamin D, even though I am exposed to the sun, but I also take B12, because B12 is very good for nerves. It's very good for functioning, and I was also experiencing some sleeping. For example, sleeping very late, waking up very early, and magnesium really helps for that as well. So doctors here are also recommending magnesium in the evenings if you want to have a good night's sleep, because it calms your nerves and everything else. So for me, when it comes to vitamins, I'm religiously taking what I need to take. I also take omega-3. But one of the vitamins that is underestimated, and it's quite recommended in the Western world more, is probiotics. The probiotics for our gut health, the gut health, and it's important also to take probiotics after meals, because it helps with the digestion system, and it also clears things so that your liver stays healthy, because once the liver gets messed up, because we are directly affected by it. Okay, so this much about vitamins, and what Camilla said and what Michaela said in the mornings. I wake up also at 6:30, and the thing that really puts me in the right mood is as soon as I wake up, I put my earphones and I start listening to the wise people like you guys. Maybe the podcast that I missed from you guys, I'm listening, or I'm listening, studying, and or all the things that we talk about that are important, and I listen to affirmations, and it sets the mood for my day. It really, I like it, and it's very peaceful, my mornings. And if I don't manage to do that, I feel like something is missing. So yeah.
I love it. You already said almost everything. I don't know what to add. I actually, I have the same. I have this morning routines, which are absolutely, if I don't have them, I am not in the right place. But that's like, oh, that's a habit already. What I wanted to add that also works for me really nice is a routine in terms of physical activity. So that because if I get out of my routine to go to the gym or to cycle or to swim, it's difficult for me to get back. So when I got the momentum going, and when I'm like, I want to go to the gym because it's just a natural, then it's much more easier, and I feel much more energized in my body, and everything is flowing with less effort in creative ideas as well. It's like something with the body movement, which is very, very energizing. And then also what I find interesting about energy and feeling energized, sometimes the lack of energy is a bit of like a sign. I think Michaela was touching upon this already, like, why am I not having energy? And sometimes it's working on the wrong things, which can be like a nice stop sign, right? Is this really what I really want to be doing? Maybe somebody else can do this and I can do something else with my time, this kind of things. And what I also find interesting about when I feel that I need more energy and more power, I ask myself, what kind of energy? Like, because there's different kind of atmospheres and different kind of energies that we need in different periods and days. So as for an artist, if I want to have an energy to create miracles, I need a different energy than if I want to do my marketing activities for my coaching business. It's a very different sort of vitality. So what helps me is also to kind of use those tools like music, different music for my art practice, and different music for my coaching marketing activities while I'm creating them. And that helps me to get on that frequency of that work which I do in that moment. So I think, well, music is magic. I think I underestimated the power of sound and music, how it can really impact my energy level in the past, and now I really use it.
And let's share with the listeners, what kind of music are you listening? Because I also listen to music, and now
Yes.
I am eager to share it as well.
Oh yeah. So right now it might change. I mean, it's like flux. For my development is always like constant flux. But right now it's classical music for art, because and also it's I think I read it somewhere a long time ago already, that classical music has very high frequency. It's it takes you, it's like this ave, like it takes you into this almost spiritual place. It has a special feeling. If you go to a concert of classical music, you know how it feels, or in opera, it's like, whew. So that is for my artistic practice, doing miracles. Yeah, and And then for my coaching, I would do some electronic music like tack, 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 something which is like it's the high energy that
Energetic.
I want to energetic, because that's what I want to create for my clients, for my motivation, for my persistence. So it's a bit different. So how about you, Camilla?
Well, I got several kinds of music, and it was also evolving. And in the beginning, to focus and to do a good creation work, I was listening to the YouTube music, focus music, and it's
Yes.
very nice, repeatable, being
Mm-hmm.
neural music. It helps to focus
Yes.
so well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I now I live with the headphones, really.
Mm.
And if I want to meditate, I found a lot of very good shamanic music in YouTube as well, and in Spotify, and it helps me to to dive deeply into myself. Then I really connect with myself, and I look for answers, or I look for solutions. I use this kind of music to focus. It works really, really well for me. It's also very much connected to who I feel I am. I was always feeling a little bit northern, shamanic, Nordic, Celtic cultures. Nordic cultures are very, very familiar for me, and I feel good with this culture, with the myths, with I wouldn't say ideology, but with the story, right? And if I hear something from north, or from tundra, the northern parts of Asia, I feel
Mm,
like at home, and then I feel safe, and then I feel creative, or I feel
yeah,
very much focused and connected with myself and with the earth.
amazing. I
Yeah.
love what you said about focus, because energy also the momentum building up from the focus. As more we direct the energy, all our like power in this one thing that we are building and developing, as more it grows. So it's also
So what I'm finding interesting, because I am a mother of two, so, and I even know Camilla is a mother, and also I think Arlette. So what are you doing about distractions? You know what I mean? How could you stay on track with doing things for yourself as a mother, So there are so many mothers outside that are telling, oh, I don't have time for such things. How did you handle this to really look also about yourself and doing this? So yeah, it's interesting. So my children, they are so big, because the one is almost 18 and the other is right now 17. So that's not so it's much easier than to look at myself and even tell them. So that's what I'm doing. I train them that I need time for myself. So while I'm telling them all day long, the same time, maybe about 3 p.m., I said to them that right now I'm taking the time for myself, about 20 minutes or a half an hour. And so somehow they are trained. That's what I was doing in the past, and it worked really well. So I'm very interested in what you are doing with this topic.
For me, it's my kids are 14 and 12. They understand. I tell them in advance if I have to do something so that they don't interrupt me. I only shout their names when I have a problem with the internet and they come to rescue me. But other than that, I found myself when I'm working, there are days that I can work from home, and there are days that I cannot work from home at all. So the days that I was not working from home, I was feeling really bad and unproductive and like looking at my time and feeling I'm wasting my time. Why can't I focus, etc. Now I've learned that I want to work with ease and I want to work with flow. So I from experience, I understood that when I have those days, the best thing is not to work because it's not with the right energy. So what helps me is that I always go to a local coffee shop, and I with my earphones and with my laptop, and I listen to what with Camilla is saying. I type on YouTube, study music, focus music, concentration music, because it has the same waves and it directly puts me, I feel my vibration is going higher, I'm more creative, and then there is the flow, and I can work and I can do a good 1 hour, 2 hours work that maybe I couldn't have managed to do it at home. So I started getting used to going to a coffee shop to work. This is working for me. And when I'm feeling that I'm unable to work, I say to myself, it's okay. I can go in the afternoon or I can go in the evening. And I go with great motivation. It's like an outing for me. So it really, really works for me. And I really like it. So I don't have distractions from my kids. I just make sure that I prepare everything so that I'm not needed. But of course, the phone rings even if I'm out. Yeah.
Well, my
Awesome.
kids are 9, 11,
Uh,
13, and 14 gentlemen.
uh,
And this is true. They often come and say, Mama, this, and that. Mom, he's staring at me. I love this joke. And well, number one, I do my best to teach them that they should be able to take care of themselves by themselves. I am not the only one who cooks here, and I'm not the
yeah.
only one who is mediating here, right? That's number one. And I'm not the only one that is organizing the entertainment for them. And number two, sometimes it's impossible, right? And they come and they say, Mom, I'm hungry. And show me one single mother that would not react to that. Then I have my headphones. I have my headphones on both ears. And then I take one out of the ear and another one is still there, in this focus, in this music. Even now I have the shamanic music there. And I am in contact with one of them with both of them, and here I'm still focused. I don't know how I'm doing that. It's like being in two bodies at the same time, but sometimes I'm able to maintain this focus and it works for me. That's how I do that.
Wow.
Awesome
Share
tips.
some links.
Yeah. Oh, great, ladies. I'm so happy that we had this episode. It's really great topic. I think we are ready for the day and for the week. So thanks everyone for listening. Subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends. I think a lot of people need this inspiration and this motivation because, September is almost there, lots of projects to start. And yeah,
Kids
and
go to school.
yeah, yes. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.